when you have those kids, what's the main thing that you're looking at to develop, from that perspective? We're talking like freshman all the way up to senior. I know there's obviously different progressions from there, but what are you looking for, when a kid walks into the door and it's like, all right, I want to get ready for this season?
Well, football is, that's been my main sport working with my whole life. And it was my sport growing up. And it is a sport that is associated with training. Like there's, not every sport. Basketball, a lot of guys just play basketball all year long. And where football, it's different. It's like, you have football season and then the off season's all about training. So most football players are, at least my experience and the ones I've worked with, are pretty gung-ho and, they want to get stronger and faster and more explosive in the off season. So I think the hardest part when I was working with a lot of the younger, like freshmen, 13, 14, 15-year-old age group, they want to, lift the heavy weights and do all the crazy stuff. But I would have to kind of pull in the reins a little bit and really get them to buy in on the whole movement quality thing. And we're going to get stronger, but like we need to perfect these movements first, the fundamental movement patterns of I'm sure you've seen it, like the amount of high school kids that can't just hip hinge just with their body weight, like push their hips back and keep their spine neutral, or do a not even a perfect, but like an acceptable body weight squat without, their whole body just crumbling and looking, falling over like a deck of cards. It's kind of, you get used to it, but it was shocking to me when I first started training kids. I was just like, oh my God, these kids can't do a body weight squat. They can't do a push-up. They can't do a single pull-up. They can't do a hip hinge. So that really is first. And I know a lot of the kids don't like it because they just want to see how much they could bench and they want to throw a bunch of weight on their back. But I really focused in on like dynamic warm-up, movement quality, and what I did to keep them kind of happy and invested in the program and motivated and excited. That's why I got so big into the sled like early in my career, because that was the thing that I could say, listen, I know you're a bunch of meatheads and you want to lift heavy weights. You're not ready to put a heavy barbell on your back and squat yet, or, a heavy weight in your hands and bench, but I'll let you load up that damn sled and you could push it, pull it, drag it. That we could have competitions and, overload the musculature there, and then work with me. And you were going to work on your movement quality, a little bit more in the beginning of the workout and in the weight room. So that's that happy balance of like movement quality, but then give them the meathead stuff without hurting them or, developing these improper patterns too soon. It's like a balance between those two things.